Morning, morning. Let's get into it. How truthful are you with yourself? Think about it. How truthful are you with yourself? We want other people to be honest with us, straight, tell us the truth, which, we all deserve. But then honestly, let's think about it this way. How truthful are we with ourselves? Do we tell ourselves the truth? Are we realistic with ourselves? Are we honest with ourselves? So this stems from conversations I've been having with others and even experiences with myself. Basically, honestly, just reflecting within and telling myself, where am I lying? Where am I not truthful? Where am I sweeping things under the rug? Where am I sugarcoating things to make me feel comfortable, to make me feel worthy of the situation, even if I'm falling short? It starts within. It really does. It starts within, and it's that internal talk that really shapes our outer world. So we're going to go into certain subjects. It goes for any subject, but it's going to have to go into the subject regarding money, for example, our relationship with money, right? What we go to work on Monday, we got bills to pay, we got to survive, all these things. And there's this societal, like, coding, wrapping, they call it sugar coating, right? There's this societal standard where it's like people, and I've done it too, it's like we want to focus on the bad side of money, of wealth and making money and being prosperous. We want to focus on the bad side. Oh, look at these people, look how they act. And the truth is that everything has a bad side. If there's one bad police officer and they get caught or whatever, doesn't make all the other police officers bad. They just caught a bad apple, but they got to get rid of that bad apple. It doesn't make all the other ones bad. Now, for religion, for example, and I know this could be a little touchy subject for some, but I'm going to say it. If there's a bad priest, does that make all the priests bad? It doesn't. They just one bad priest out of the bunch, and they got to get rid of the bad priests. Now, I know people will have opinions, this and that, but realistically, it goes for anything really. Is, one bad in the group doesn't mean everyone is bad. So back to the subject of money, it's just because someone has it and they're ruthless with it, they are irresponsible, arrogant, loud, obnoxious with it. It doesn't make everyone who has it that way. So what I've noticed is, even with myself and even with some of my old circles, is that there's this shame in having the money, right? And if you're making it, if you're about it, if you're creating a business, it's like there's this shame, like shame on you for doing that, right? But the reality is, it's like everyone loves it. Everyone goes to work on Monday to provide for their family, pay their bills, survive, right? Nothing's free. And that is our duty. That is our duty, to show up, make an income, pay our bills. I'd rather do that than steal from people. I'd rather do that than, lie to people to get what I want for me to survive. It's a beautiful thing to serve your community, to serve people that need services and products, and make their lives better and easier. And we contribute to that by working for an organization, a business, a company that provides these products and services. What happens is sometimes people are overly successful, or they get too good at what they do, and they could have and experience things that that are more than above average. And when that happens, some people look over their shoulder and they start comparing. They start counting their money. They start judging. And they get caught up into their world instead of their own. Or as the Bible would say, thy neighbor. They focus on thy neighbor. And basically, they get consumed by what they're doing and what they're having and what they're experiencing, which is a normal thing. It's a normal thing. Everybody does it. But sometimes people don't grow out of it. They stay in it. And, you know, they're imposing their fears and their judgments on the other person. And it's like, oh, they should do this and they should do that. And they think this and they think that. And the reality is they need to focus on their own stuff, because that's what I've told myself. It's like, instead of focusing on the neighbor, on this, on that, let me just focus on myself, on what I need to do, on what I need to go do and become, because that's honestly what I have control over. And here in society is basically like, people want to shame people for having more than enough. You know, maybe they have a couple more cars, maybe they have a couple more houses, maybe they take a couple more vacations a year. And the way I look at it is, if they worked for it, if they put the value out there, and the creator source blesses them, then hey, it's their blessing. It's a beautiful thing. Cool thing is that whoever is hating or has judgment, they have that same opportunity. Especially here in America, you have that same opportunity. And either you take it or you don't. Everybody wants it. But yet, for those that don't want to get out of their comfort zone and put in some extra effort, don't want to get the skills, put in the time, you know, are the ones I've noticed that do the most judgment. They're more concerned on their entertainment and, you know, being comfortable and taking it easy and relaxing. And, you know, they have a calling in their heart to be and do more, and they're focused on other things. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. And I've noticed that I've hung around with people in the past that would have that. They'd pocket watch, they'd look at their neighbor having more and being more successful, but failing to realize that, hey, these people, you know, they're serving a community. They're serving a group of people. They're serving a niche. They're providing a product and service. You know, they're bringing value to the world. So they deserve what has been given to them, which is a little bit more of abundance. And I had to get away from that normal societal thinking because it was holding me back. Because whatever we believe in is like, it expands as truth. If we believe in it, it's going to expand as truth. So I had to be careful what I spoke about. I had to be careful what I think about and how I look at things, because that's going to become my truth. So I say this because the reality is everyone wants a little more. And let me clarify that up, because I've been wanting to be a better communicator, and part of being a better communicator is relaying the message in the context, right? It's like, people want to make more money. Nothing's wrong with that, but no one wants to say that in public. You know, it's more safer to say it's not all about money in public than it is to say, hey, I want to make more money. People are going to look down about you. Oh, it's like, it's all you care about. It's all you're about. You know, they have a fear of getting judged, because that's what people do, is judge each other for wanting their heart's desire. But the reality is like, no one's going to pay your bills. No one's going to, you know, help you out when you sit on the couch and do nothing, because you're saying money isn't everything and you want to take it easy, you want to relax, but when it's time to pay those bills, no one's going to do it for you, right? So they're going to have an opinion so when you do nothing, but then they're also going to have an opinion and judgment about you when you do more. So my question to you is, what side are you on? What side are you going to be on? Are you going to live life watching over your shoulder about the judgments of others? Or are you going to continue on in your heart's desire and what's best for you and what's in your values? What's your standards? Again, everybody wants to make more. No one goes into their manager's office and goes, hey, I know I got a promotion and I got a raise, but you guys can keep the money, or you could give it to so-and-so. Like, I don't want the raise. I mean, it's not all about money. Nobody does that. Nobody in their right mind goes into that office and declines a promotion with more money. No one's going to take on more responsibility and not take the money with the more responsibility. It's just as easy and simple and common sense as 1, 2, 3, right? No one is going to go into the office and go, you know what? So-and-so doesn't show up to work on time. They don't put all this effort in. They leave early, whatever. I'm gonna give them a part of my salary because it's not all about money. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. But yet the standard that people want to uphold each other on, it's like, it's not about money, it's not about this, it's not. The reality, it's not. But at the same time it is, because it's what we use to have a certain type of peace within society. Instead of robbing from each other, we'll just exchange value and, paper money, or at one point it was gold, but it was this money that we use as a currency to exchange value, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whatever it is, it's the exchange of value. So this conversation has to do with, like, how true are you to yourself? Like, do you know what you want? Are you clear on it? Are you aligned with it no matter what people say? How they're going to judge you and perceive you? That's something that's important. Damn, this dog likes this conversation. I know. I'll get to it. So yeah, this comes from basically people telling me, or me overhearing and being around them, that like they come across as different. They're not like everybody else. Like, I'm not all about the money. Because it's what people want to hear, it's because it's polite. But the reality is, it's like, you have no choice but to be. You have to provide. You have a responsibility. It's not free. You're not going to pay someone else's bills, so they're not going to pay yours. So it's up to you whether you want to make more or less. It's up to you. No one's stopping you. No one's going to go, hey, I see you working hard and, you're spending quite an amount on this entertainment. Here, let me give you some more, because it's not about money. No, they're giving away their time and energy to you. And I'm not saying there's bad people. I'm not saying that they're not generous. But it's just the good majority of it is that most people won't do that, because everybody knows they have their own responsibility to themselves. Everybody knows that. You have your own responsibility, right? We all have the same 24 hours. We all have the legs, the arms, the mind, in order to survive and make something of ourselves and contribute to society. But I want to say this to say that we have the control over how much we want to make. And that's something I've been really reflecting on, is like, what am I going to be content with? I know it's a little bit more, but I know I have to control that. Because I know I can't depend on it to make me happy. Happiness will come from within. Happiness is on me. Happiness is what I do day in and day out. And at the same time, yes, a little more will give me a different experience in this world. A little more will allow me to experience certain possessions that I normally wouldn't be able to to have. So that's the conversation for today. It's like, where are you at with your relationship with the money pillar? Are you repelling it? Do you have a good relationship with it? Do you want to have a good relationship with it? Or are you too worried about what other people's relationship with it? You know, that's something to work on. We need to come to an agreement, to a peaceful stance with it. And it's up to you. It's up to you. So that's the end on this one. On to the next. Peace.